Hello everyone, I am Sayyid Mustafa. You are watching Kitab School's YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss very important topic and it is special topic for BA Part 1 Poetry. Today we shall discuss about a poem. We can say that this is the first poem of BA Part 1 Poetry and that's name is Layer. Layer is very important poem from the point of view of examination as well as understanding of nature and time in our practical life. So let us discuss all the points one by one, but in this lecture you will be attentive more than before as this is the first lecture about layer and here are the introduction and the basic backgrounds are very important to understand before we are going to study the verses and the stanzas of layer. So, the first part we shall discuss about the theme of poem. This poem is particularly a criticism on the 18th century and the modern lifestyle, and it is also an important thing to highlight and signify that the life how was going on in the past in the 18th century and how today we are spending our life and how today our lifestyle it is. So this is very important to understand before I read the whole poem, and this is also a criticism on the busy life of the modern man as well as the man of 18th century. And the poet has used examples from our daily life and the life of Englishman to make his point clear and significant. This is very important to know that this poem has been written in the 18th century and that was the century of inventions, evolutions and revolutions. So today we shall discuss all the points one by one. So let us discuss the next paragraph. The poem expresses the poet's feelings on the endless dedication of man to worldly affairs. And this line is also very important that the poet criticizes that all the dedication we have made to the worldly affairs that we are going far away from the natural life. The poet has so the poet says that the life has no use if we do not get time to see the beauty of spread all around us. So we can see that in now this era we shall discuss here that we have no time to sit down with our elders or mothers or brothers. We have no time to sit with our friends and family members in the practical life. We have a busy life or busy schedule to earn money or to earn livelihood because this time is very important to earn and spend on ourselves. So, Layer particularly is a poem that is about the importance of time, understanding of nature by keeping the time in your hands. So today, the layer is the main topic, and layer means the free time to understand the nature. So let us discuss the main point that I am going to define, and that is the poem name as well as the poet. So today we shall discuss the poet. The poet of Layer is William Henry Davies. He is a very great poet, poet of nature, and he has written a great work for the coming generations. And he was born in the Newport on 3rd of July 1871 and died 26 September 1940. His wife name was Helen Payne and best friend name was Edward Thomas, a great poet. He spent his lot important period of his life, uh, golden period of life, in the age of 20. He begging in around in America or other cities of America. He used to beg in the cities, and he traveled on the trains many times for this purpose on foot, and by accident his one leg was cut off in an accident. It is very important thing to know about him that he got published his 20 volumes of poetry. This is all about his personal life, that how was he living a life, and these all the circumstances in the poems shows that his life was very poor and he was suffering with poverty. But he was a great poet for all the times, as we are going to discuss about his life, and his life shows that he traveled a lot of around the world. Therefore, he was a man of a great taste of literature as he was traveling around the world. And here, the slide number 3, we shall discuss about his work, about his job. As a poet, William Henry Davies was a very famous poet, and his famous poems were The Soul Destroyer, The Days That Have Been, and The Kingfisher. Lear is also his famous poem, but these poems are the unique and unmatched in the history. So today's last slide is very important to understand, because this slide is the curry of our today's discussion. I hope so you will have gotten a great information about W.H. Davies and his full form, William Henry Davies. So the last portion of today's video is going to be very interesting, that the background of Lear, what were the circumstances, and what were the important reasons why Lear was written. This is very important to know. What is the reason why Lear was written? This is to be known. It's very important to know that what are the reasons behind writing Lear. There is every person has a solid reason behind doing anything. As we have watched in our practical life, that we are getting education for our future life or rest of life. We want to get a high job or a good job in the remaining years of our life, so that we may have a good old age spending. So today we shall discuss about the circumstances why W.H. Davies wrote this poem. So first thing that I want to explain, it is the dynamic life in Europe. In the 18th century, Europe was facing all types of civilizations. Europe was expanding from its own borders, and it was dominating in in Asia and in America and uh, other countries that were under it, and its imperialism was spreading all over the world, as we have been also under their supremacy and the British Empire, and they had the imperialism on different countries. So dynamic life in Europe is also a cause of uh, being the busy life. The people were very busy in Europe, and particularly in England. The people were also working day by day and night, and they have no time to spend with the nature, with the beauty of trees and with the beauty of grass and gardens and orchards, etc. This is also a very important reason of being busy in the life and to keep oneself far away from the nature. The second reason is industrialism. In the 18th century, we have as in knowledge that the people were in constructing the factories and the industries in Europe, and all the people were very busy in that time because the factories were constructed and the labor was too much busy in their day and night jobs and work. There were the people who were doing extra work and they had the overtime. They went to the factories early in the morning before the sun rising, and they came back after the dawn, and in the evening time they had no time to see the stars. They have no time to out themselves from the house to look the beautiful moon, and they have no time to enjoy the charm and the beauty of nature. Industrialism is also an important element of dynamic life and the life that kept the people busy. And the third option that we are going to discuss is the scientific inventions. The peoples were inventing in those days all kinds of scientific things and machinery. Even it is said that a layman in British uh, valleys and the British gullies was a scientist. Every child and every boy was busy to invent something new because they have gotten a great knowledge in that century as they discovered the world and discovered the knowledge and new era of life. So scientific invention also kept the people busy in their practical life, and they spend more time in scientific experiments, and therefore they had no time to come near to the nature. And the fourth point is English imperialism. English imperialism is a very important thing to discuss in this lecture. That what is imperialism? Imperialism is what? Suppose this is a country and that is England, and England is very far away from Asia, and this is Asia. Let's suppose this is not the true diagram, but I am going to define what is imperialism. The English people traveled from here and reached subcontinent. They have a lot of distance. They have no land connection with Asia. They were controlling from Asia from sitting in England. The Queen was controlling all the subcontinent and its activities. So imperialism is a type of government, is a type of order, a law and order. In this type of government, a metropolitan center or a government that is situated in far off part of land is controlling a country only on the basis of orders, and this is called imperialism. When you have no land connection, just only a person or body of law uh, accents or assents for the orders, and these orders are followed by the another country that is not the land connection with you only. It has an imperialism. So England was spreading in imperialism, and therefore the people were busy in spreading England, and especially the English imperialism. And imperialism, as was spreading, their activities were very important, and their activities were spreading also. This is another reason of writing layer. This is an important reason of writing layer behind layer, and why the people were busy. And the last point that I am going to discuss, social evils. Social evils were also a very significant part of at that time. The people were involved in dancing parties and ball parties and playing cards and etc. other vulgar acts, and they used wines and other toxicating materials in their lives, and they were spending their money lavishly, and they used different types of women in their life, or every day they try to use them. So these are very important points to understand what were the circumstances of England when the Lear was written in the 18th century. And Lear has a basically very important and significant background, and you must understand the background of layer. Before you are going to understand layer, you must have understand these 4 points first. Sorry, these 5 points first. If you understand these 5 points first, then you will be able to understand layer. So we shall meet in the next lesson with the explanation and understanding of the verses and the stanzas. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.